Hello everyone. So today I wanted to try something different. Today I have not a pick a card reading nor a deck review, but instead I just want to talk about the card, the star, and what it means. So if you think of tarot as a journey, if you think of tarot as the Fool's Journey, then you can think of each card, and especially in the major arcana, you can think of each card as having a lesson to teach you. Yes, I know this is like a different video format. Like I said, I wanted to try something new. I don't know if this will be like a continuous thing, but I wanted to do it. I like talking about cards and their meanings. As you can see, I have some various star cards from various decks laid out here. All of these cards are from decks which I have reviewed if you want to watch those videos, but you know, one thing at a time. Let's just stay here and be chill for a minute. Let's learn about the star. So the best way to simplify the meaning of the star card is just that it means hope. And if you get it in a reading, it is a call for you to be hopeful. It is a call for you to see the hope that there is in a situation. And that is definitely like the simplest way to put it. But I think today I want to do like a bit of a deep dive into like what the star means and like what the star's version of hope means. So a lot of the times, like, hope and optimism go hand in hand, because optimists, people who see the best in everything, are people who are hopeful for the future and hopeful for the present, you know? But there are some people who equate that sort of optimism with naivete, right? Because some people believe that optimism and realism are kind of like opposing forces, because sometimes, like, if someone is in a bad situation, or if there's like a bad situation at hand, people think that looking at the situation optimistically is a way of not seeing it for what it is, and people can get annoyed with that brand of optimism because I don't know, they just think that like optimism is naive or gullible, like I said. But actually, you know, that isn't necessarily the case. I think that optimism has a lot of power in it, you know? I think that blind optimism, sure, like it could be considered to be naive at times, but true optimism, like seeing a situation for what it is and choosing to be hopeful anyway, there is a real power in that. And in some scenarios, it's actually easier for people to give in to despair and give in to pessimism than it is for them to see the hope and be optimistic about a situation. And that's where I want to talk about the numerology of the star card. So the star is the 17th major arcana card, and because like 1 + 7 = 8, the star therefore has the same numerology as strength. And that just goes to show you how strength and optimism are intertwined. It takes strength for someone to see a bad situation and be able to hope for something better. And the star card is all about believing that things can be better after a bad situation, or like during a bad situation. And that's why it's the first card to come after the Tower, because whereas the Tower is all about complete upheaval and complete chaos and destruction, the star is the guiding light that shines afterwards. It's the light that shows you that even though things aren't necessarily good now, they have the potential to be in the future. And the star is also not necessarily even like a promise of those good things either. It's just a message that you should have the courage to believe in the possibility, you know? And that's why that's why, like, the star is different from the sun, which is another very bright card, because, you know, like, the sun depicts just, like, light and celebration, whereas the star is more just, like, a guiding light and a reminder of the potential for that. And that's also why, in the sequence of tarot, it goes, like, the star, the moon, the sun, because you can't go directly from seeing, like, the star to seeing the sun. Like, you need to, like, you need to deal with, like, the lessons of the moon card first. And so, like, the star is not necessarily a message that, like, everything is good, like, everything is great. It's just a message that things certainly have the potential to be that way, you know? And it takes a lot of courage to... Apologies if you can hear fireworks going off. It is the 4th of July. Happy new moon in Cancer, by the way. I haven't said that yet, but I was thinking it. Happy new moon in Cancer. That is the real holiday I'm celebrating today. Anyways, yes, back on track. Yeah, no, it takes a lot of strength to be able to have the hope that the star card represents. And that is why in the original Rider-Waite-Smith card, the figure on the card is naked. And a lot of renditions of a star, although none of these, because these are all, like, animals. In a lot of renditions of the star, like, the figures are often naked because it's a symbol of vulnerability. It takes vulnerability to survive something terrible and to believe that things can be better for you. And obviously, dealing with those things is never easy, but like I said, there are times when it is easier to just succumb to the despair that's already present, you know? There are times when it's easier to just let yourself be disappointed instead of seeing the possibility for renewal, because if you let yourself be disappointed with something, then you're not bringing about the possibility for change. Oh my goodness. And yeah, so in summary, the star is a card all about hope. It's all about hope after destruction. And while the star doesn't necessarily tell you that, like, everything's gonna be good or everything's gonna be okay, it tells you that things can be good and they can be okay. And that star and, like, that feeling of hope should be your guiding light, like how stars are used for navigation, or like stars are used for predicting the future, you know? That sense of hope should be your guiding light as you proceed forward. And oftentimes it takes a lot to hope. It takes strength, hence the numerology of the star and strength, right? And there may be some people out there who, when faced with optimists, they may be annoyed and they may think that optimists aren't seeing the world for what it is, they aren't seeing the reality of the situation, but oftentimes it's the opposite, you know? Optimists are some of the strongest people we have, you know? Because optimism and hope is... it's the courage to look evil in the face and say, I believe things can be better, you know? And that takes a lot. And especially since this is a major arcana card and not a minor arcana card, the process of transformation after a difficult situation can be a long and arduous one, you know? And oftentimes, even though hope can like make you happier than just despair, it certainly is not easier, and just hoping for a better outcome doesn't automatically mean that it's gonna happen. It doesn't automatically make your life easier, and that's another reason why optimists are stronger than some people believe. Okay, I think I'm done talking about the star. Yeah, That was all. Thank you for listening. Yeah, a few things I want to say just like about this video are, like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this format going. I certainly have things I could say about all the tarot cards, and I do like thinking about them in terms of lessons. But I wanted to do this is all. And I also realized that this may not be the most like visually stimulating video because I'm just like video format because I'm just like moving different versions of the star card around. I don't know. Who needs excess stimulus anyway? Okay, well, I hope that was helpful for at least someone out there, you know? That's, oh, I hope, on theme. Okay, I need to end this video now. Yes, happy new moon in Cancer, as I already said. And thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that it taught you about this card or taught you about hope and optimism in general. I don't know. I hope you had fun. And I hope that you have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your week even, and I hope that you don't have trouble finding your star. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.